break, we told you of the Spirit of Bermuda, a replica of the slave ship used to bring slaves here back in the 1800s. Well, a similar project has come to the TCI. The Digicel Windward Passage Symposium is the name of a gathering of maritime historians and archaeologists that took place in the nation's capital over the weekend. The event was held aboard the 112-foot Spirit of Bermuda and focused on how to make the Turks and Caicos Islands the Center for Caribbean Maritime Heritage Studies. Professor Gene Tinney, a Miami-based instructor at Miami-Dade City College, is a sculptor and leader of a movement that is finally getting funding for the Dos Amigos slave ship replication. The Dos Amigos project has been moving along after many years of frustration because of a lack of synergy between African Americans and the establishment and the concept that African slaves could design and build vessels such as this. Professor Tinney spoke to WIV about the symposium and the need for something like this at this point in time.
The slave ship replica project is basically just what it sounds like. As we know, there are replicated ships all over the country, all over the world, that really bring to life maritime history in a way that pictures, books, and just narratives do not. And yet, one of the most important stories in the making of the New World, or the world made new, if you wish, is the slave trade, the labor, the skills, the knowledge that were forcibly brought to the Western Hemisphere.
Tinney, in speaking of his project, said, "The idea is to give people a tangible experience of what it might have been like on board a slave ship during the transatlantic voyage called the Middle Passage and the slave trade era."
The replica project is geared to create a full-scale replica of one ship that the actual precise design plans have survived from, called the Dos Amigos, a Baltimore-built Spanish slaver that was owned in Havana, Cuba, captured in Africa, and then became part of the British Royal Navy and took on a heroic role in suppressing the slave trade by making several captures.
The Dos Amigos was a smaller and faster version of ships that sometimes carried 300 people in the most appalling and inhumane conditions. Tinney added that a Maritime Heritage Center would not just focus on slavery, but that there is a tremendous amount of information in small organizations around the Caribbean region who need to unite and, as in the Digicel Windward Passage Symposium, share information on the skills and development of vessel design and use. And that place could be here in the Turks and Caicos Islands.